What's going on, everybody? This is your boy D Got Sense, and I'm back with episode 3. And this is going to be talking about true success is when passion meets talent. So, the first thing we all must address in our life is what we truly care about, right? In my most recent video, I talked about how the brain and the heart are connected, right? They're intermingled. They work in tandem, right? When it comes down to passion, passion is something that you almost can't control. It's almost involuntary. It's like breathing, right? You can't control whether you breathe or not. Not truly, right? Like you can hold your breath, but eventually your lungs, um, your body is going to force you to inhale. It's going to force you to take that breath. And passion is no different. Passion stems from a deep level of care, a deep level of wantingness of whatever you want. You know what I mean? I can't tell each person what they want. But whenever you have passion, it's almost like you become almost entrenched in every extreme emotion regarding said topic, right? You'll notice you're easily moving through time and easily moving through the different spectrums effortlessly, as if you have no true control over your own body, right? That's why when you see people that are very passionate, what do they always say at the end of it? I'm sorry, I'm just very passionate. Because you almost lose a sense of control whenever you become passionate. So whenever you have true passion, it's this burning desire within you to do something, and excuse me, and it typically stems from uh, I mean, it could be a bunch of reasons, man. Why someone has passion for certain things could be um, from childhood. It could be from something they experienced that in their adult life that caused them to want change. It could be bad things happened. There's a bunch of reasons why someone would or could be passionate for something. But identifying that passion is going to be much easier than finding what your talent is. And to understand what your talent is to understand what you're inherently good at, whether you know it, that you're good at it or not, right? Everyone has a natural inclination to something, right? Like everyone's talented. The issue is most people never find out what their talent is because they are too busy trying to fit the narrative of society. They are too busy trying to uh, be copycats and clones and followers of trends. They're too busy trying to be someone they're not. And let me tell you all something, you'll never be as good as someone else because you can only ever be the best you, right? Just how someone will never be a better version of you. You've been with you every step of the way, quite literally, right? Nobody can be a better you than you. You have too much experience on them. You have depending on how old you are, you might have 10 decades, 20, 30, 40, 50 decades on someone at being you. No one can master you uh, how you could. And so to understand your talent is to search within, right? What type of tendencies, what type of attributes do you typically lean towards, right? Like I always use this example is if you're a outgoing, not I wouldn't even say outgoing, if you're a outspoken person, man, you are going to struggle being in any occupation that requires you to hold your tongue. It's going to be impossible. You will never be as good as someone that has a natural tendency to kind of let things happen like that. If that makes sense, right? Like if you're a type of person that's, I'm not going to say, we use the word introvert or antisocial, right? But some people just some people just like being by themselves. That's just how they are, right? Like not like for example, not everyone perceives time the same, right? That's why some people are better suited for doing certain jobs because they don't really get in their own head as much, right? Like we don't every not everyone perceives everything the same. And that should always be remembered when searching for your talent, because your talent is typically something it comes easy to you, right? And most people have found their talent, they just didn't like the talent that they were given, and they didn't think of a creative way to optimize that talent to truly benefit from the gift they were given. Some people, they are very mathematically gifted, but and they're also, I'll just use the word introverted, right? But it's not very popular to be introverted, so they force themselves to be an extrovert, and all of a sudden they are denying their talents, and all of a sudden it's very hard for them to find any, not only success, because you can find success in something you're not talented in, but you'll never be the best. You'll never be the best. But forget all about that. They'll never find true happiness. You know what I mean? They will never sincerely be happy with themselves because they're too busy trying to cater to societal standards, cultural standards, family standard. They're too busy worried about what everyone else is thinking and doing. As I always state, they don't have the courage to be disliked, and that truly stems from the the willingness to to just follow behind everyone else, and the lack of willingness to follow yourself. Like I always say, no one has taken every step with you. So true success stems from whenever you have a burning desire to do something and it aligns with your natural tendencies that you were born with, your natural gifts. A lot of people tend to, no, I shouldn't say it like that. A lot of people tend to want to be talented, right? Everyone wants to be talented, but no one wants to be talented in what they were given, because it's not always fun to be talented at something that comes easy to you, right? Only in the modern world today should everyone believe everything needs to be hard, right? That's not how it was designed to be. Like in relationships, whether with your spouse or with your manager, your coworkers, your employees if you're the boss, everyone believes that there has to be turmoil, there has to be confrontations, there has to be problems, as if things shouldn't come easy. And that's not simply, it's just simply not the case. People have been programmed to invite chaos, and it's very detrimental to any culture, not any culture, um, any country, right? It'll always lead to the downfall of a civilization every time, because you're inviting whatever, a house divided cannot stand. You know what I mean? You're building a foundation on weak soil, right? It's not sturdy. And what comes from all of this is depression, right? Because they always say comparison is the thief of joy, and like I always say, there's different emotions. There's extremes to the emotions on the spectrum. So, what is the exact opposite of joy? So, if we know that comparison is the thief of joy because you're never grateful for what you have, you're never thankful for the gifts you were given, and you never learn to uh, optimize what you were given, you'll always um, have a lack of appreciation for it. And what do we know about lack of appreciation? It's the greatest form of disrespect. So not only are you disrespecting the talent you were gifted, you don't even want it. You despise it, because to truly allow success to take over your life, you have to allow passion and talent to come together. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'll give you guys one last tip, because this isn't going to be a long video. How do I know what I'm talented at? And well, not talent, because I already kind of touched on that. How do I know what I'm passionate for? If you're over the age of, really, even if you're over the age of, like, I'll say 15. If you're over the age of 15, you'll know what you're passionate about is because it'll be this. This is the key indicator, the key sign is this. You would have wanted to do it as a child, and you still want to do it to this very day. This very day. You're still upset that your parents never put you in it. You're still upset that you never gave it your all. You're still upset that you never got to see how good you could have been at whatever that thing is. Or you're still upset all these years later that you never got the opportunity to try whatever that one thing is. And that's what you're passionate for. And the only way to truly start enjoying life is to do things that you're passionate for and that align with your talents. Because some people are very passionate about certain things, but it goes against every trait they were given. They will only ever be so good, but they're quote unquote happy, right? That's what people say. But here's the thing, no one is ever happy at things they suck at. It's just not the case. It never has been. And people say, well, they seem happy. Well, yeah, a lot of people are able to hide their feelings and thoughts on the surface, but then when they get behind closed doors, you know, certain things happen, right? Or and then you see those certain things kind of seep out of the cracks over time. And then when something happens years down the line, they go, "Man, why didn't we see this coming? Because you all ignored it." But that's pretty much all I had to say in this video is true success is when passion meets talent. So the only thing you should do after this video is self-reflect. There is nothing else to do outside of think about every life experience you've had, and everything you're experiencing currently and where you want to go in the future. So basically just focus on the three aspects of time, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. And with that being said, y'all have a good one. This D got sense, and I'm out.